Basically, the judge, he was wanting sex for his orders. I think I already explained that to you. And
yeah, so that aspect, from with our charges, that's already been investigated, right?
it's not been investigated, no.
No, I know, but they just, I'm just here for the car that was on the street there.
No, it's actually your supervisor,
Yeah.
Susan. She was supposed to get back to me on four things.
Okay.
Number one, those some officer, 4383 Frangella.
Okay.
She said somebody went out to see Justice McEwen. She fudged, and at one point she said it was her, then she said it was a sergeant, and I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
So I need to find out what happened to that. Nobody's gotten back to me. Also, Officer Susan Wood, which is the sergeant, she also said she'd get back to me and let me know what's happening between TPS and Peel, because apparently there's a joint investigation going on.
Okay.
And then number three, you're supposed to get the audios, which prove everything I said, because they've never gotten the order to get that, and
Right.
it is a production order that I think we've discussed it already. I provided emails to the extent of they exist, so nobody has done that. In speaking with Daryl, I guess it was last week or the week before, he confirmed for me that it is a production order that has to be happening, and they haven't done anything with regards to that as yet. So that needs to be done. And then with the white van, he came on. It was June 24th. That I saw about 10:30 at night. I was watering my plants, and he came and he went sort of a little past my house. So then he wrenched his head right back, and I'm like, oh my God, it's him, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have, because I do have cameras outside of my house, but I didn't have them on because otherwise it would be taking pictures of me watering my plants, right? And then as soon as our eyes met, then he just took off, right? They never investigated that.
Yeah.
And
That's why the sergeant sent me to talk to that to you about today.
But it's also those four things, because when
I don't know about that. She just sent me to just get info.
So what? They never did any of that investigation. So that is the whole problem.
Yeah, I know.
So why aren't you guys investigating this? When I spoke to you before,
as far as my knowledge, it's already been investigated.
No, it has not.
Again, I know. That's just what I know, right?
It has not. It has not. There has been no production order,
Right.
and they never just bothered with anything. And I don't even know what happened with Justice McEwen and why it's such a secret. Normally when you go to speak to the perpetrator, you come back and you tell people, well, this is what happened.
Are you just looking to find out what was said?
Well, I need to know what happened. Number one, she kind of fudged, and I taped Officer Frangella lying.
Okay.
She said, well, you told me, you confirmed for me on the 19th of January that Officer, that she was the one who went out to see Justice McEwen. Then she said, well, it was me, and then it wasn't me, and then, oh, it must have been a sergeant, and she wouldn't be very straight with me, and I taped her. So I do have that recording, right, available. She has never gotten back to me as to what happened there. Nobody has ever ordered, if you can provide me proof of when they actually ordered these audios, because they have not. Right. And even Sergeant Susan Wood indicated that they have not ordered them. So I'm not sure.
I think she's under the impression there's nothing that, because they needed an offense to order the things, but right now I think they deemed it there's no criminal offense.
Well, no, there is, because if you ask, if you as a police officer, if you pull somebody over and you say, well, I won't give you a ticket if you give me a little something, right? That is an offense, and then what happened? But there's also other stuff that happened as well, right? Yeah. Because then what happened is to reprise me, he started reversing his orders, and then in the hearings, and you'll see that in the audios, the lawyers are sitting there advising the judges of how to shut me up about the sexual misconduct. And what they suggested is, label her vexatious, and that way, and then all they've done is abuse me ever since. Right. And, sexual solicitation is an offense, and so is sexual harassment. Right. Any kind of harassment is an offense. Yep. And I don't know why you guys are trying to not investigate, because no investigation was done, because when I asked Officer Susan Wood, when I asked her, I said, well, what have they done? All they did was talk to me, and apparently talk to the judge, but nothing else was done. Nobody even, when I told them about the white van, nobody went and said, went and checked people to see if they have dash cam or
so
if they have
that's
none
what
of that.
Today, just in regards to the white van.
Well, no, because on all the other conversations that I've had with you, you did tell me that, if I send you the information proving that the audios exist, that you would go and get the production order. So I'm not.
For their knowledge, it was deemed that there was nothing there.
No, you're saying so it's okay for a woman to get abused, right?
I'm not saying that at all.
No, but you're saying that it's not criminal for someone to ask for sex for their orders and then to abuse somebody. Right? Because even the video I showed you from I did from last week, you can see clearly I'm not the person that she abused me. Right? Just because I'm trying to file my appeal. Right?
Right, but your statement also says that he looked down on you. Sorry? He looked down on you?
No, what happened is, it's like when you're talking to somebody and you're going, I'll review the orders if you give me.
But he didn't say that.
He actually, what I told you he said is he was trying to get, he told me that he had feelings for me, and he was trying to get me to say how I felt. When I didn't respond to him, then he blasted me, and then he says, sorry?
How did he blast you?
He started yelling and screaming at me, and he said,
in the courtroom?
Yeah. This is it's not a courtroom, it's in his chambers, but it was all via Zoom. So everything, as I've confirmed, all the audios exist, and probably there are videos that exist as well, because it's all via Zoom, right? So when I had spoken to you, you said that they exist, so why is it that you guys are not investigating? Why do you guys...
He didn't say anything to you.
Yes, he did. He said he said he wanted sex for his orders.
He said that in a live courtroom.
He said it. He said he wanted it. Yeah, it's in his chambers, but via Zoom.
Right.
So it would only be the parties that are in there with him, right? And obviously the parties I'm suing, so they're not going to come forward and say this happened because it helps their case if you don't bring it out, right?
Okay. Again, I know you don't like hearing it. I'm not in charge of that. Okay. If the investigating officers have already looked into that.
They have not.
Okay? I cannot speak on that anymore.
But they have not.
Okay. Today, I was sent by Sergeant Wood to take up the van.
Okay, no.
I cannot speak on what's happening.
But I sent what Sergeant Wood said is from now on you're going to be So what Sergeant Wood said is from now on you will be the first point of contact. I also taped Sergeant Wood. And she did say that she's going to have those 4 items investigated for me, and I did tape that. So I don't know what she's. Well, she said that you're the first point of contact.
Right. Again, I don't know.
Right.
She sent me.
But why are you changing your words? Because you said if I sent you all that information.
I sent it all to them.
But no. What it is Officer Frangella. I don't know what issue she has with me.
I can't speak
but they have done no investigation, because when I asked Officer Wood, I said, what have they done? All they did was talk to me, and then perhaps talk to the judge. Nobody has gotten back to me to say what's happened with what happened when they talk to the judge. Typically, when you make a complaint,
I agree with you.
Then they come back and they tell you, and I don't want to deal with Frangella, right? Because I find that she re-victimizes me and she tries to just invalidate me, which has happened time and time again.
Okay.
And I don't know what her issue, but from the time she came out to see me, all she was doing is basically just trying to invalidate me, and it seemed like she was trying to intimidate me. Right?
Okay.
And every time I've spoken to her, that's all she's done. And I don't know why she's taken such a stance to basically try to prevent me from getting this investigated. Like, why is Peel Police not investigating this? So you're saying sexual solicitation is legal?
I'm not saying that.
So then why aren't you investigating it? You're supposed to.
I'm telling you, it's already been investigated.
It has not.
I can't.
What has happened?
What has happened? I'm not.
What have they done?
I don't know if Sergeant Wood's going to email you.
Officer Susan Wood told me you're the first point of contact. She confirmed for me all that happened when I said what they do. They spoke to me, and then they perhaps went out to see the judge, which they never got back to me on. They've never ever ordered the audios. They've never ever told me why is it a secret? Why I'm the complainant. Why is it a secret as to what's happening in the investigation between TPS and Peel?
Again, I can't. I don't know if Sergeant Wood is emailing Toronto on her behalf. I can't speak on that, right? Like.
Well, that's what I understand. That's the reason for today's meeting is all those 4 items, right?
Well,
and
today, I think because she's on those 3, but she doesn't have the 4, which is the van. So she sent me to go get more information.
But she never did anything with those 3. What is she doing with those 3?
I don't know.
Well,
but if you guys are still in contact with email, I don't like. Is she?
No, we're not. What she said is that you would be the first point of contact moving forward.
Any information she has.
No,
we don't have anything.
No, I have a recording. If you like, I can play it for you, right?
Okay,
I can play the recording.
I believe you.
The unfortunate thing is you now actually have to come in, and we're allowed. And then the other thing is when I came in the other day, Officer Daryl Chan tried to take my camera, and you're allowed to record an officer on duty in Canada. So he should not be trying to do that.
Police station.
Yeah, you can, because he told me that there were signs.
Yeah.
I went back after he left, and I said to the girl at the desk, I said, I looked and there was no signs, right? You are allowed to record a police officer on duty. Once they're in uniform and they're on duty.
Not in the station, private.
But in the station as well. There's no signs there, and he should not.
You can record.
No, but he should. There's no signs.
Right.
There's no signs.
I'm not here to argue about filming or anything. I just want to get this ban.
No, but I want those 4 things. Nobody's gotten back to me as to what's happened with any 4 of them.
To the sergeant,
right?
yes.
I need to have those 4 things. Okay. So again, not only is it the van, it's also I need to know what's happening with Justice McKeon. You can let her know that I tape recorded her, so she agreed to do it at the end of the conversation.
That's fair.
So I don't, and you also said if I sent you that information,
I forwarded it off to the sergeant. I sent it everything to the sergeant.
No, but I think I copied you and the sergeant on those things.
So everything
I
have, she has.
Yeah, but again, it's those 4 things, and you're supposed to be the first point of contact. So I'm confused as to why you would come out and not be looking after all 4 of those things.
Because as far as my knowledge right now is the 3 have already been covered off.
But why am I being left in the dark? I don't know what's happening with this joint investigation between TPS and Peel, and you confirmed that for me, that there is a joint investigation, so why am I being left in the dark, right? Number 2, Justice McKeon. Number 3, why are you guys not getting the audios? Why are you not doing an investigation? You want me to do all the investigation, it seems, right?
You're doing a great job, but that's not the case at all. Right?
And then I also sent you new information, just showing you exactly the kind of abuse that I've been getting. Like it's gone viral all over social media, and everyone's saying like, who's the douche? It's actually apparently the deputy registrar for the Court of Appeals. Court of Appeals. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm getting, and all I'm hearing from Peel is basically you guys are continuing to keep me in the dark. I reported that originally September 19th.
Right.
Officer Frendell, all she seems to like doing is to intimidate me, and it doesn't work because she doesn't intimidate me. She's a little girl. I'm so sorry.
I don't want to.
Right, but you know what? You should not be. Are you guys doing this to all the women who come in there? Women are getting.
That's not fair to say.
Women,
let's not say that.
Do you know why it's fair? Because I've actually attended several support groups, and all the women are saying the same thing. All the women are saying the same thing. They actually even put it in their training. They actually even put it in their training. They say, yep, the courts and the police tend to do this. It's exactly what's happening.
I'm sorry for that.
Right? They invalidate the women, and they basically try to shut everything down, and that's all that's happened. I don't know Officer Frangella besides the time that she came to my house. And all she did throughout that whole entire time that she came to my house is she just tried to invalidate. She just tried to, it's like she just doesn't want to do anything. And I said to her, do not go and talk to Justice McKeon if you're not going to do an improper investigation, because he's just going to retaliate. So now he's retaliated because now, and the funny thing is, he put in a complaint. There's no evidence, because when I asked that officer for, I said, if please disclose to me what he's told, because I know I've done nothing, right? He wouldn't disclose anything, and that's why he wouldn't even move forward with anything on there, because I haven't done anything, right? And yet they're ready to actually send an email to me saying, stay away, but you guys are not doing anything, right? You guys are re-victimizing the victim.
Right.
And I need to know why that's happening.
It's not happening.
It is happening.
Asking questions about it to get a clearer statement Like, no one's pushing this away, right? From what you said, from what I understand, okay, it was all via Zoom, okay? He looked down at his papers, looked up.
No, that's not at all. No. What I said, no.
He looked down to you.
No, he didn't look down to me. Right. What it is he combed my body like in a sexual way and making it very, how can he touch me? How can he touch me via Zoom? Come on, right? No. What he did, but people can do things in different ways, right? If someone is looking you up and down and going, well, if you give me a little something, you know, then you know, and again, why are you guys continuing to have me relive this? I've told it to you several times. I've told it to Frangela, right? Instead of having me relive it, I actually put a video up so you can actually see exactly what happened, right? Summarizing everything that happened. And, you know, since there's audios, why would you not just go and get the audios? I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. Okay, so again, I'm confused because Officer Wood said that you would be the first point of contact from now on, and all of these 4 matters she agreed to investigate.
Yeah.
Again, I'm still continually being left in the dark.
Yep. That's fair. I mean, I'll relay the message.
If somebody abused you, and people just left you in the dark, like the police just left you in the dark for months, how would you feel?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right? Yeah. So I need you to.
But I know we have been in contact with you via email, and I know Sergeant Wood also has been in contact with you.
Yep.
So you've been left in the dark.
Well, no, but yeah, because every time I bring these things up, she agreed that she was going to investigate. Nothing's been done. I'm confused because now you come out and all you want to do is investigate the white van, but that's not it because the other three.
It is because you reported it.
But the other three items have never. I'm left in the dark. I don't know what happened with Justice McCune. I don't even know who went to see him because Officer Frangel. You told me that it was her that went to see him. You told me that.
Nobody's seen him.
Right?
Spoke to him.
Well, no, she actually, I have a recording of her saying it was a sergeant, right? So you told me on the 19th it was her. She said in one of her meetings when I had with her in the station, she fudged around and she said, oh, I think it was a sergeant, right? So nobody has told me who went to see him, when they went to see him. Okay, I have her recording where she said that a sergeant went to see him.
Okay,
so
I'm
again,
not aware of that.
Why is Peel Police lying?
I don't think they're lying.
I have the recordings. I have the recordings.
Was in contact,
yeah, so I need to know who was in contact and what happened.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. That's why I'm recording all these conversations now because I don't want any, funny business. This is what it is. I've got all my information. When I went into the court last week, I recorded it. I took in my yellow camera and I recorded everything and I posted it online.
Yep.
Right? Fair. And no police officer should be trying to take somebody's camera. Officer Darrell tried to take my camera the last time, and again, he told me that there's all these signs. There was not even one sign that says you cannot bring in your camera. Right? So he should not be doing that. That would be assaulting me. Right? I was peacefully just saying, hey, where's Officer White? He said, did you or did you not confirm for me that if I sent you all that information, that you've changed your mouth now, and I know why. Because I know Officer Carl Lane, who he investigates the conduct of police officers. He works for the OIPRD. Yeah. So he is an officer I knew from before, and he told me, and I taped his conversation too, that he was going to come to you and basically tell you not to do an investigation. Now you've completely changed compared to when I first talked to you.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But again, I've documented everything, and all I'm saying is I need to not be left in the dark. It's been since September. Nobody has done anything for this investigation.
Right, but we have told you multiple times what's happening with it and what the outcome has, right? And it's like every time you get told it, you just say we're not doing our own job.
No,
they have.
No. When I relayed the situation to you on January 19th, you agreed.
Re-amped it again, and we reviewed it.
No, but you escalated it, right? And you said, send me the additional information. I did. Send me, because the audios exist. So why are you guys not going to get the audios?
Again, I can't speak on what the investigating officers done. They did.
But they did nothing.
There was no criminal offense.
No, they did nothing.
I'm just telling you what we have.
Yeah, so again, they did nothing.
Right.
And so I want to know why you're not investigating it. Like there's actual audio, but there's actual, but no. They rushed to close it on January 26th.
Right.
After I brought this to your attention, and actually, after I said, hey, why have you guys been ignoring me all these months? Right? That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, then I brought it to the sergeant. Right? I did that. I got it reviewed, everything. Actually got the paper on there for you because there wasn't one. So now there is a paper trail of all of this. Right?
Yeah, but they haven't done an investigation. They haven't done anything. All they did, but all they did was come out and speak to me, and then apparently somebody went to speak to Justice McEwen, and then they just ignored me from then on. Every time I sent them an email, every time I called, you cannot get a hold of them, right? And then I experienced something similar this morning when I tried to get a hold of you because you didn't show up for our appointment at 10 a.m., right?
That's because you work in a busy city, right?
Yeah, but still, you should be letting people know instead of having them. If I
you work real estate, right? You know how to go.
It doesn't matter if I can't show up for an appointment. I call and I say, hey, this has come up. Can you please,
that's job, so I can't always.
But that's rude. No.
If you took it as rude,
how long does it? You guys are supposed to be serving the public. How long does it take for you to make a phone call? Not very long, right?
No.
If you have an appointment, you're supposed to make a phone call.
I'll agree with you there, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
If somebody made an appointment with you and they just didn't show up, like you'd be like, what the heck, man?
That's
right? Yeah. So anyways, I want those 4 things investigated. I do want this investigated, and you guys have not been clear as to why you don't think sexual solicitation or harassment of any kind, whether it's sexual or not, why that's not an offense. Right?
Yep.
And no, don't change my words. What I said, the man,
I'm not changing your words. It's all written down. We have it all.
Yeah.
That's not my words.
And I explained to you in September when they came down, I was experiencing some memory loss, right? And she tried to basically say, oh no, a girl who's gone through this, they remember every single thing. No, because when I went to my support groups, they all said that's a common thing that most women will experience memory loss as well as anxiety.
Yep.
So for them to, and then they did nothing. They never invested. The fact that the audios exist, they should have been going to get those audios. And they would see the conspiracy with, the judges and the lawyers basically coming up with an idea to silence me. And now you come to the police and the police is doing nothing, right? He didn't have any proof or anything because I know I've done nothing at all. In the same video that I just posted of the court last week, basically that's exactly my conduct throughout it. I've been calm and cool and I've explained everything reasonably, and all they've done is abuse me. Like, take a look at that video that I just posted up, and I emailed it and I actually linked it in the email for you this morning. So when can I expect to, have this stuff followed up?
So I'll show all this to the Sarge tomorrow then, because we're back in on nights.
Yeah, and I understand that Officer Sergeant Wood is actually not your supervisor. She may be a supervisor, but I think yours is Porello or something like that.
No, that's another. He's just another supervisor. There's multiple.
Oh, okay. Because I called.
There's about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, I called and I verified. They said that they gave me your supervisor, which was Porello, and then they gave me Porello's supervisor. So then I'm gonna just be taking this up the chain because nothing's happened.
Yeah.
I'm still in the dark.
Sure, yeah.
You've given me no information today at all. So what was the point of
your?
What
I have, right? That's all I have. Right? I'm not the investigating. What I've gathered from the investigating officers, from the report, and from Sergeant Wood, was that those 3 things have already been taken care of. So I don't know if she's doing something else on her own. Well, I don't know if she's emailed anybody.
But again, I don't want Frangella continuing with this because
Sergeant Wood sent the emails out, so I don't know where they went. She's her own, does her own thing. She's my boss. No doubt in my mind, if she gets information, she would tell me. Was
she the supervisor you spoke to when I came in first and spoke to you on January 19th?
Yeah.
Okay, because she said that she wasn't.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, yeah. That's what all the lies are. Like,
when? The first day?
No, the first day.
No. That was Porcello.
You're changing your words again.
I thought you meant the sergeant.
Yeah, no, I said the first day. I was very clear on that, right? She lied, right? Why is Peel Police lying? Right? Every single police officer.
If you hung up on that and call us liars, that's fine. Okay, you're very hung up on that right now.
Well, why wouldn't I be? Because everybody's lying.
Because you're upset, and
it's very strange that a woman is telling you that she's been abused, and you guys are just basically trying to figure out every single way to shut it down. You've never done an investigation when there are actual audios that exist, and in fact, Susan Wood actually said, she said, we're supposed to act on the information that you give us. You guys never acted on it, right?
It's been acted on since.
Okay, so tell me, when has a production order been ordered?
I don't know if we're doing one.
Exactly. Well, why not? If they're available.
I told you I don't have that information.
Instead, you guys would have a woman continue to relive the same thing that happened.
Well, you're pushing for information we do not have right now. We don't just. It's not just
because you didn't do anything for it. That's why you didn't do an investigation.
There's been one that's already been done.
There's been nothing. What has been done?
From the moment they spoke to you.
But what's been done?
Went on, and then Sergeant Wood even spoke to you.
But what's been done? What's been done?
They spoke to who they needed to speak to.
But who did they speak to?
I told you already. Toronto.
What's been done?
Toronto's already looked into it.
No.
There's nothing.
Why would Toronto look into it? They're investigating it from the perspective of the judge. Obviously, he wouldn't want audios coming out incriminating himself.
I understand, but the things you're saying are not criminal offenses.
You're saying for a judge to solicit you in the same way that a police.
What did he say?
He said he wanted sex for his orders.
You're telling me he said that in a live courtroom?
It was in his chambers via Zoom. That's right. That's right.
Was there multiple people in the room?
Yeah, there was just the lawyers, and then the lawyers and the two brothers that I was suing.
Do you have the lawyer name? Who else was in there?
Well, they're unethical lawyers, and I actually
posted. If they were there that day, I'd like to speak to them too. Then.
Yeah. So I do have their names, but they're not going to confirm it because they're unethical, and it's in their interest to not report it.
Well,
right?
I mean, like, to be fair, like I've only met you this one time. From the conversation that we've had, right? Like, you're saying the judge has sexually harassed you. The lawyers are unethical.
Also sexually solicited me for sex. Okay. He made it very clear to me that if I didn't, that he would, that I wouldn't be able to have whatever orders that he had already granted me, and then right away.
What did he do?
He said he wanted sex for his orders. I've told you that already.
But you keep saying the judge.
Yeah.
The judge said that.
Justice McEwen, yes.
Justice McEwen said that.
Justice McEwen said that, yes. That's why I'm telling you.
A whole live courtroom.
It's not a live court. It's in chambers. I told you that already.
Recorded, no?
Well, actually, what happened is the judges did not normally before COVID. When you're in the judges' chambers, they're not recorded. So the judges, and you'll see from the audios later on with other judges, they had not realized that there were actually going to be recordings. They had not realized that the court was actually recording them. Okay? And so normally when it would be said in chambers, there would be no recordings. There would be no way for you to prove it. So they realized later on, once I went to the transcription office and said, I'd like these recordings, and they confirmed, and I've shown you in writing, they've confirmed the audios exist. That's when they figured out that, oh my God, and you'll even see Justice Dietrich saying, apparently they're recording these. So every time I mention the sexual harassment, she'll say, apparently they're recording these, right? And she'll be sitting there, and then she'll say to the lawyers, how do we shut her up about the sexual harassment? And they said, just declare her vexatious, and then you can completely let it go away.
You heard all of this?
Yeah, it's all in the audios. That's what I keep telling you. It's not just, like, you guys stopped me at just Justice McEwen sexually harassed and solicited, but it's more. It's the lawyers and the judges that came up with a solution to declare me vexatious in order to silence me about the sexual harassment and sexual misconduct and everything that he did to me. And it's all in the recordings. And it's not just the couple of recordings where he does that. It's the other judge. The one judge came in and said, we have to protect, that's Justice Kimmel, we have to protect Justice McEwen. And she verified that Justice McEwen is the one that's making all the decisions in the case, although she's in front of you. And he just did I have about 12 orders that were in my favor. They reversed every single one, like basically that same meeting where I wouldn't respond to him. He right away started reversing the orders, and I have the original orders and then the ones that he reversed first, right? somebody shouldn't have to go through all, and they've done this to other self-represented people because I've been looking at the case law. This is a normal thing where they do conspiracy, and I mean, if they're doing this to like, at least I'm I might look a little younger, but I'm a lot older, right? And, if they're doing this to women, if they're doing to you could be somebody that's they actually did it, there's some lawyers that went in there, and they actually did it to the lawyers, so I mean, they could do it to and right now, 60% of Canadians are self-represented. So, I mean, if you end up in a situation like that, you wouldn't like to know that you get abused that way. And it's abuse. It's abuse of their position. It's no different than when police officers, would be doing things that they shouldn't have done and people started taping them and stuff, right? If you as a police officer couldn't come to me and say, hey, how about give me a little bit of something and then I won't give you a ticket? And then let's say if I say no, and then you handcuff me and say, oh, you did something illegal, or, whatever, obstruction of justice, or whatever it is you make up, it would be the same thing. You would be criminally responsible, because that's something you can't do. It's the same thing, right? If they come after police officers, they should be able to go after judges or anybody else who abuses their position to abuse the public. If you guys are there all
to... feeling abused because of they took away all the matters? Is that the abuse you're feeling?
I'm feeling abused because of the way they harassed me throughout all the hearings, and they abused me. Like, they blatantly in front of me, they're like, let's just declare her vexatious. And, let's, and then they're yelling at me, and,
why would they declare you that? What happened? What took place?
Sorry?
What took place? Why would they just say that?
Because it's a way to prevent your rights to actually now self-represent and carry your case forward. Because most self-represented people, to take a case into court, it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars now. Right? It could cost you $300,000-400,000 for a case like this, right? So the everyday person, even yourself, could you afford that? Yeah. So the majority of people can't. So now over 60% of Canadians are self-representing because of that, right? So what they do now is, especially I guess in this case because he didn't get sex for his orders, because I don't think, listen, if all I did was say no to the guy, right? I don't deserve all this abuse. All I did was say no to the guy, right? I don't deserve all this. And to come to the police and to have no help from the police, it's really frustrating. I shouldn't have to fight, especially when there's audios that prove everything I've said. Right? I shouldn't have to, if somebody conspires to do you financial and reputational harm, like that's against the law. They should not be able to bully you. I actually posted a video, and I copied you guys on it before, where you can see the lawyers harassing me. Now I've posted a new one that I took from last week, where you see the court, everybody's calling her a douchebag because, they should not be abusing people, right? They're there to serve the public.
Okay, so I can I'll get a word from Sergeant Wood, see if maybe she has emails that can speed this up, or what she said with Toronto, right? Just to get, so you're not in the dark about this?
Well, it's all four of those things.
All four, yeah, I know, all four of those things.
Like, all four of those things.
I know,
like, why are you guys making this so difficult? Like, all the women that I've talked to, they all say it's the same thing. You go to speak to the police, it's a joke. The police try, and it's exactly, Frangela came over, she tried to, and then I said to them, yeah, that's true, because when Frangela, and it wasn't so much Gagnon, she just went along with Frangela.
Right, yeah.
It was more Frangela that was just trying to come up with different ways to discount me. Right?
Again, I'm not going to speak on that.
But when the evidence exists, normally when somebody gets raped or somebody gets harassed, it's your word against that person. In this case, there's actual audio and probably video evidence as well. I've confirmed, I've checked with the transcription office, and I actually did each one
separately. Is there someone typing? Or is there someone typing everything that's said in the room, or is that more when it's in session kind of thing? It's Zoom. It's via Zoom. So number one, But you know what I'm talking about. Is there someone actually there plugging in words, or is it just all audio?
There is. I know with the motion. I don't think with the in chambers there would be somebody, but with the motions, with a couple of the motions, there would be.
And was anything said in there?
Yeah. When I had a meeting with Justice McEwen September 15th, there was a court reporter that was there. Her name is Louise Patterson, and she was in there and she was typing because she was the one that I went back to, and she sent me off to the assistants, the judicial assistants, and said, I forwarded your email, follow up with the judicial assistant, and then the judicial assistants say that, they want to deny me access to the audios, and then they want to redact the transcripts. The judges want to redact transcripts and want to deny me access to the audio, so I can't verify that the transcripts are accurate.
A regular someone from the public request.
But why is the police not doing it?
No, I'm just asking. Is that like a freedom of information kind of thing that you can do, or?
Well, no. It's just that you guys don't want to do any investigation. Is what it is.
I'm just asking if you
right?
go in and walk in. What were they saying to you if you wanted them?
Well, again, that's completely different. Like, why is it that you guys are not investigating?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, can someone from the regular public just go walk in and request them? Like, people from the public can request our notes, body cam, all that. I'm just saying, is it different with the courts? Like, can you walk in and be like, hey, I want this, and what are they saying to you?
I just told you. What happened is the transcription management office is the ones that hold all the records, just like how you have a records department, right? So when I sent you emails from the transcription manager, they've confirmed all the audios are available. However, when I tried to request them, the judges are denying me access to the audios, and they want to redact the transcripts.
And that's what they told you?
It's all in the email.
Okay, yeah. I'm just confirming.
Yeah, it's all in the email. My transcriptionists have confirmed that.
Okay.
Right?
Perfect.
So that's where we're at. Right? I did try to get them. I tried to get them, over a year or so, right?
They're trying to redact, get rid of them.
They're trying to redact, and they're also, and then what happens is, if I file an appeal, I automatically have the right to get the transcripts, and then if the transcripts are not what I remember, then I have the right to get the audios. So that's why they're trying to prevent me the right to appeal. That's why I went in last week to the Court of Appeals, and I take the whole conversation, and she lied through her teeth, and basically she's like, oh, well, this is the first time hearing of this and everything else, right? So, it's again,
you sent me an email already with the dates you were in there. What you remember, what exactly was said?
With the February 14th?
Yes.
I've taped the whole thing and I've put it in the email.
No,
I don't want to relive it.
I'm talking about in the chambers. Like, you're 100% guaranteed it's on tape of the Justice of the Peace saying that to you.
It's a justice, not justice of the peace.
A justice, sorry.
Yeah.
A justice.
Judge. For the better lack of, Yeah. The judge, he expressed how he felt about me. He tried to get me to say how I felt. I sat there silent because, I mean, like it's coming out of the blue. Like, it's like you don't expect this. It was on a Zoom, right? And then what happened is he says, you're making me relive it again. Then
if you send an email. Everything you sent me, I've sent to Sergeant Wiz. I'm assuming she has them.
Yeah.
So I'll speak to her.
It's just that
okay.
you have to understand.
I do understand.
You have to understand. Like, every time you make me relive this, and I've said it already. I said it to Frangella, right? It's very clear. All he's trying to do is basically, essentially, this is their new way of criminalizing people is by deeming them, oh, you must be. And you'll see from the video from last week. You'll see. It was the person who's vexatious is actually the deputy registrar of the Court of Appeals. Like, she just went after me, and like, I even said to her, I said, well, stop re-victimizing me. My God.
So it's a Court of Appeals?
Yeah.
They have a records?
And, like what it is all this, like when you go in to file your papers?
Yeah.
So when I went to file my papers, they're trying to come up with all these excuses to not accept the filing. And I'm like, well, they're even coming up with case law. And I said, well, wait a minute, why are you guys adjudicating this? You're not a judge.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take the filing, and then it's supposed to go to a judge. And then what happens is, and then I actually have an email from the Chief Justice of Ontario threatening me.
What's the threat?
Right? He says, well, you know, because you indirectly contacted the judicial assistants, although I have an email from the court reporters and that directing me to do so, right? Therefore, I can declare you vexatious because you did that.
Where's the threat?
Yeah, you know. Well, he's saying that, you know, you're only to do this, or else I'm going to declare you. Well, the threat is that he will declare me vexatious. So that is intimidating.
Again, man, that's not. It's not a threat on our end. I know you could feel threatened.
Well, you know what? Go and watch the video from last week.
Sure.
There's a 30-minute video, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Fair.
Then I don't have to keep reliving it, because that's why I'm going in with my cameras to speak to anybody now, because I don't want to have to relive it. I just put it up on YouTube, and everybody can see for themselves, right? And then there's no question about having me relive it, because here, just look at this. I'm sorry, but it's hard for a woman to go through. Do you know how mortifying it is for me to have to say, this guy solicited me for sex, and because he didn't get what he wanted, he's going after me, and he's abusing me, and all the judges are helping him?
Yeah, I know it's a hard thing, but
right?
I'm telling you, it's been looked at.
No, it has not. They have never investigated it.
Again, I will bring back up to the sergeant, and I will show her this. You're adamant that something was said along those lines?
Yeah.
Okay, then for sure you'll be hearing from Sergeant with them.
Yeah, I don't understand why we could actually have a seat now where there's actually some seats available.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's already here.
No, I mean, you know, I don't understand why Frangella just took it apart. Like, I have a feeling, because from what Daryl said, you know, you guys don't take it very seriously, because what Daryl said to me is, because you're okay, you know, we can look at you and you're okay. It's not so important. But you know what? If a woman is abused, it's not so okay.
I don't agree with that. You don't know what's going on inside, right? So. Yeah,
but all the women that I've spoken to and all these support groups,
you don't just show it physically. You can show it emotionally.
There's actually a lot more psychological than even, because the physical will heal, but the psychological is still there.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Right? When people are doing these things and they're like intimidating you and they're abusing you, like, have a look at that video from last week and you tell me that and then they turn around, they treat me like that throughout the hearings, and then they turn around and say, I'm the one harassing them. Do you want to see it? I have it actually here. Like, I can actually, yeah.
It's okay. Okay.
So when will you get back to me?
If it's not tonight, then it's tomorrow. But it's probably gonna be tonight, just because we're in today's till 7. So like I'm going back there now, just because if you're adamant that's what was said, then yeah, I'll relay it to the sergeant and then.
Like, I even tried to explain it to Frangella reasonably that.
Yeah, I know you keep bringing her. I didn't say anything about that.
But I even told you when I came in on the 19th that I was experiencing some memory loss when they came in on September 19th.
That's not an argument. I'm not.
Right?
That's a normal thing to have. I get it. I'm not arguing that.
Right?
100%, yeah.
You know, but the worst thing is, you don't even have to have a woman relive it, because there's audios. There's actual evidence of everything I'm saying. I even said to Frangella on that day, on the 19th, I said, don't believe me, go and get the audios. You'll see it for yourself.
All right, I'll relay it.
They exist, so why aren't you guys acting on it? I mean, in a situation where there was no actual evidence, I can't even imagine what you would do to women. Honestly, not you yourself, because you were pretty okay until, you know, it just seems like for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just laziness, I don't know what, but for whatever reason, Frangella just does not want this one to go, and all of you guys are listening to her. Right? We have
I'm not saying that, right? I was just telling you what I was told. Okay, I'll relay it to Sergeant Wood. Okay. If you're adamant, then you'll be hearing from us then.
And the thing is, if Sergeant Wood does not want to take this seriously, then
It's
please
not that.
transfer to another platoon, because I just feel that it's being, like, she actually agreed, because I taped Sergeant Wood too, and she agreed to all those 4 things at the end. We actually were laughing at the end and everything, because we actually, you know, we stopped all the fighting, but I don't know what it is. I can only imagine, because I know with the military women and the police women, they went through much of the same, where it's hard to get the police to help you. Those people said they went to the police, and the police were like, oh, well, you're under the military, so therefore we can't. You know, you shouldn't be shutting down a woman.
That's not the case at all.
Yeah, but I don't find you such a bad guy. Honestly, I think it's just you've been told to do certain things, and, you know,
It's not that at all. I honestly... It's probably more complex than what it is, because you don't understand how these things work. Tell does get back to us, what can I tell you? And then you go, well, now I'm the bad guy. Well, I can't tell you something I don't have, right? I can't just snap their fingers, hey guys, get back to me. They're a busy service, we're a busy service. I'm sorry it is taking so long, but it's not just something where... Yeah,
but before Toronto got involved, Peel, I had reported to Peel months before.
I know you have.
And I specifically said to Frangella, and Gagnon when they came, I said, you know what? Do not go and talk to him if you're not going to do a proper investigation, because he will retaliate. So now, months later, because Frangella and Gagnon just chose to ignore all my emails and all my calls, so months later, of course he retaliates, because he goes and puts in a complaint, and everybody takes, you know, Toronto takes him seriously, but nobody, and then when I relayed to Toronto, by the way, when I relayed to Toronto, just even a little bit, I said, look, I've been seeing a support group, and I'm seeing a doctor because of all that they've put me through. Because women do get anxiety when all of this.
I feel everyone does. It's not.
When it's this kind, it's almost like post-traumatic stress. It's like, you know, and then this stuff keeps going on, right? They were willing to actually have it investigated, because they were actually booking an appointment with the sex unit. But then I explained to them, I said, but I already reported this to Peel. So then they said, well, it should be Peel that's following up on this, because it was reported to them, and they were actually laughing. They were saying, yeah, you're in good hands with Peel, all right? You know, because Peel did nothing.
Yep. Okay. Again, like, I'll just let you know that you'll be in touch, okay? With the sergeant, because I'll relay this.
Well, she said that you would be the first point, and honestly,
I'll be with her,
honestly, I would just rather deal with you.
Okay, so I'll still relay it to Sergeant Wayne, whatever she tells me then.
Yeah, well, she agreed. She agreed that you would be the first point of contact.
She told me that,
And I just feel comfortable with you. I know that you're, honestly, I think that you're just following your orders or whatever, but you know what, this needs to be investigated. When I talked to you the first day, you understood and you were shocked that they had never followed up with anything.
Yeah.
Right?
It's been followed up now, though.
It's not been followed up.
It has. You don't see that.
So then why aren't you giving me an update? What's happening?
I told you, I can't just get full information we don't have right now.
But why would you be leaving me in the dark? If you say it's been followed up, why can't you tell me how it's been followed up?
We're still waiting to hear back from Toronto.
So then it hasn't really been followed up, because there's nothing. And Toronto, but Toronto is not going to go and get audios, because they're investigating it from the judge's perspective. It's not in his interest to go and get audios that will incriminate himself. That's why
I didn't say Toronto's getting audios. I didn't say that's what they're doing.
But again, if audios,
and I can't tell you, because I don't know if Sergeant Wood sent the emails or whatnot, but it's like you're acting like it is. Like,
no, but
I will bring this up.
But you know what it is? You're the first point of contact.
Yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way, but it's almost like being the monkey in the middle, because you're the first point of contact, so you're hearing me complain that, oh, this hasn't been done, yet you haven't been given any information as to what's happened.
I haven't.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not, if you notice, I'm not upset with you. So it kind of almost puts you like a monkey in the middle, because
I will try and give you an update.
Do you understand?
I do understand.
I feel bad for you, because you're, like, honestly, I feel bad for you, because it's like, poor you is sitting here in the middle, and you don't have any information. I'm sitting here going, but it's been months. It's been like, what, almost 6-7 months already.
I know, it has been a long time, yeah, I do agree. Yeah.
It's like this is totally unacceptable. Like as soon as somebody, and again, nobody will admit who because they're fudging. At one point,
I'll figure out. Yeah, I'll get all that. Don't worry.
Why is it a secret?
I don't think that's what it is. I don't know.
But why is it? But why have I not been updated on it? I've asked about this every single time.
I will get you an update.
What? When did they? Who went out to talk to him?
Yeah.
What happened? When did they go out? Why have they not come back to me and say, hey, we've done this? Like, sometimes what police will do is say, you know what, we've sent them, we've sent them the judge notice or something, right?
Yeah, I will get an update. I will get an update for you.
And then I can't understand, the evidence exists in the form of audios as actual hard evidence. You don't have to believe me, you don't have to make me relive it. You just have to go and get the evidence. Like if it's not, if a police officer cannot get away with that, if a police officer cannot get away with trying to incriminate somebody who's innocent, then why would a judge? If you guys would help, people would be after your ass for sure.
I'm not going back and forth with this. I agree with you. Okay, I will get an update for you.
But if you pulled somebody over, you did that, and then you handcuffed them and said obstruction of justice. I'm going after you, right? People, especially if they've got tapes. They'd be after you guys.
I agree.
It would be all over the thing, like defund the police. So I mean, why would you allow a judge to get away with the same thing? If you guys are held to the highest standard, they should too.
I will get an update for you.
Right? All I can say is you're an upstanding guy. Like, don't get yourself involved with all the lies that's going on with Frankella.
I'm not. There's no lies. I don't know what's happening. An update will be provided, yes. Yeah,
but don't get yourself embroiled in that because you're actually a good officer. Like I
appreciate that. Yeah.
You're actually a good guy.
Thank you. That's why I will get you an update and I will relay this to Sergeant Wood.
And I'm not unreasonable. I mean, it's been months.
I know how.
It's been months. Yeah. I mean, there's a point where you're kind of going, what is going on? Like I've been patient enough.
I agree.
And now exactly what I told them what would happen where he's retaliating, Right? In other words, they made it worse for me by approaching him and leaving me in the dark than if they had done nothing.
Okay. Okay,
right.
I'll relay it to Sergeant Wood then, okay? And I will get you an update as soon as I can.
And and the thing is, why is it when I call to try to get a hold of you, like, why am I being hung? I was hung up on several times by whoever the officer was. I got his number, 4512. I got it.
I don't know why they're hanging. That's not me. I can't speak on that. I don't know what the context was. I don't know why you were hung up on.
And then finally, when I called back, the switchboard said, "Yeah, I'll connect him with you right away." And she was so sweet, like,
I don't know why they didn't just call my car or something.
Yeah, well, that's what I told him. I said, well, 2 weeks ago when I came in, they called him right away, and it was like, it takes 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you'd called and just let me know you're not coming.
Hey, I agree with you on that one. That's my fault, yeah. Sometimes it's when you run to that call, you just forget it.
Yeah.
We were very busy this morning, and someone's calling for help.
Are you in tomorrow during days?
Night shift, yeah.
Night shift. Oh, 6 o'clock, I guess, right?
6, yeah.
All right. And your name, sir? Minardi. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys hearing me out. And like, you don't understand why I would if a police officer can't get away with the stuff this judge did, why should he?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Alright, ma'am, okay. I'll send you, if it's not me, then it'll be Sergeant Wood with the email, okay? Because I have to sit down with her on this. Yeah. So,
thank you.
okay?
Alright. And I guess, I don't know, are you going to be able to even at this point, are you even going to be able to investigate the van? Because it's been so long. Any dash cam and stuff would be gone.
Yeah, they can, yeah.
Like, it would all be gone by this point, I would think.
Oh.
Huh?
No.
What?
Not with court tapes. I don't think they just disappear.
Oh, no, not court tapes, but I'm talking about with the van. You know, if anybody had dash cam footage or, like, outside their house footage.
It was on your street?
It was on my street.
It'd have to be, we'd have to do door knocks for that. So, like, did he stop in front of you? Did he do anything? Like,
no, he pulled, it was strange. Like, I just looked up and he pulled up in a white van, and it's like, I know for sure because he wrenched, like, he was a little past. So then when I looked, he wrenched his head around and he looked at me, And then as soon as he saw me looking back, like he just started his car back up and left.
No license plate?
No, because
I know, yeah.
I have cameras inside the house.
Yeah.
I have cameras all around. But because you know, like when you if you any motion, it'll take 5-second videos like crazy.
Yeah.
So obviously, when you're going out of your house, you take it off. So I just didn't have it on because I didn't expect.
Okay.
Like it's otherwise, when you know how the cameras outside your house work, right? It takes 5-second videos of any motion. Yeah, that's what my neighbors are always saying. Is your camera? And I'm like, no, I haven't pointed onto my property. Otherwise, it'll be going off every time you're coming out. Well, thank you so much, eh?
Okay, ma'am.
I really appreciate it. All right.
You'll hear from us, yes.
Okay, and I'm not upset with you. I know.
It's a lot for you. I'm not trying to make it a lot. I don't have any information for you. It's not me just withholding. I genuinely do not have an update on this. And they're sending me to talk to you for the ban today because that's the only thing we don't have information on. I don't know if she's sending one big thing up or setting one big thing up because that's what she sent me to go get. So I don't know what she's doing. I will touch base with her to get
But at least give me an update as to what's going on.
I will give you an update.
Like leaving me in the dark for like months and months. Like somebody.
Yeah, I will give you an update.
I had a feeling because as soon as I got the email from TPS and I have it documented, and I said, well, wait a minute. Why would you be accusing me when you haven't heard my side of it? And I said, by the way, here's my side of it. Right?
I know.
And then he was, then he tried to get all these excuses as to why he didn't want to investigate my side. And I said, well, wait a minute. If it's already your case, then why aren't you investigating both sides?
Yeah.
Right? So, anyways, I don't want to keep going. I don't want to go around, but I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not upset with you guys, but it's just so long. Like I was so patient. I called. For 4 or 5 months. I left it off because honestly, every time I talk to people about it, it affects me.
Yeah, I understand. So you'll heal from last day's stuff, okay? All right, ma'am. Okay, we gotta get out of here, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.